Welcome back to another episode of Game by Thrones. As always, guys, if you're enjoying the content, enjoying the new episodes, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. Now let's get into this week's episode.
All right, guys, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get right into Cowboys-Bucs, which took place last night. Bucs ended up taking home the win. Tom Brady led a game-winning drive after Dak Prescott played an amazing game all night long, better than anybody could have imagined after the injuries he's went through in the past 10 months. Matt,
Almost anybody.
Matt, you said you have a lot on this game.
Well, first and foremost,
A lot of thoughts or a lot of money?
I didn't have a lot of money. No.
He just had a same
Not
game.
a
He had
lot.
a risk-free same game.
I did have a risk-free same-game parlay that should have hit if
I lost mine.
Kellen Moore. Okay, here's my biggest takeaway. Kellen Moore just decided after the first series the run's not going to work this game. Is it Vita Vea or Vita V? I've heard it both ways.
Vita Vea.
Vea.
Because someone was calling him Vita V yesterday, and I was like, I'm pretty
They
sure
are
it's Vea.
idiots.
I know. I was like, it doesn't even sound good. Anyway, Vita Vea. I saw tweets from guys last night, and then also just watching the game. The dude was just like clogging up.
The second half, especially, he was destroying the guard.
Yes. And what I forgot, and
Aaron Donald beater.
no, yeah, he overpowered them. But that's the thing. Like the Bucs' run defense was so locked down. I think Kellen Moore after the first possession was just like, all right, we're not. They ran like 5 or 6 times the rest of the game. They ran 3 times in the first possession out of 4 plays, and then they ran like 5 times the rest of the game, which sucked because my same game parlay had a Zeke touchdown and Zeke 50 yards rushing. So
Same
I was
here.
sad about that, but I don't know. I don't think – here's the biggest thing. Everyone's going to take Zeke, and they're going to be like, oh, see, told you, he's washed. Put Tony Pollard in. If I were in fantasy, if I were like – how do I say this? If I was a fantasy owner, which I am, but like if I were you, go out and try to buy Zeke. He's never going to be lower than he is right now. The Bucs have an amazing rush defense, and it was clear that the play script was just Kellen Moore was like, we're going to throw the whole game.
Yeah.
So it's not going to –
on the Zeke thing, like, there was one play at the goal line. He doesn't have the speed anymore.
No, that was rough.
He tried outrunning him.
He had to make one guy miss, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
And it was a cornerback. Yeah, that was bad.
There was 2 ways he should have done it. Either just straight to the corner or try to run him over. He tried to, like, run, like,
and do a spin. He did a
hesitate,
spin, yeah.
and then go into him, and he just got absolutely
Yeah, so
But I mean,
1 yard.
even when they ran the ball to start the game, they still converted a first down. Like I think they had maybe a 3rd and inches or a 4th and inches. They ran like a fullback dive thing to Zeke. They still got it. So it wasn't like they were just getting stuffed right away, like -3, -2.
No, it was. And, like, yes, you can agree. Ezekiel Elliott, yes, his burst, it seems to be gone. But I am still a firm believer they're going to feed him this year. They paid him way too much money. And this is probably his last big year, but I would go out and buy him if I were you, especially in a redraft
You know what
league.
Also, Zach
For a
Martin
terrible showing.
Yeah, Zach Martin didn't play
That's
too.
huge.
That's a big
Yes.
thing, yeah.
So they're going up against probably the best run D in the NFL, right?
Yeah,
a lot of people are saying Vita Vea is the best nose tackle.
I think they were last year, even when Vita Vea missed a lot of time.
We're also factoring into that game plan late is Bunting got hurt for the Bucs, D-back. That was
disgusting.
nasty.
That was disgusting.
nasty.
That was disgusting.
Ooh, I didn't see it. What
Dislocated.
happened? I saw him on the ground, but I
Dislocated
didn't
his
see
elbow.
it.
He dislocated his elbow. He got like wasn't there somebody
It's
up
Antoine
top and then
Winfield
somebody
Jr.
ran by his arm on the low side and yeah.
Well, Zach, you know how that
another
feels,
DB
so.
came
I know
out
how
later.
that feels. Right when it happened, I was like, I've done that before.
The
So,
cornerbacks
okay.
for the Bucs aren't great.
They're
So that's-
solid. Like the
They
are.
played very well in the playoffs. They ascended and
Correct.
like played above what people thought. But yeah, I think they kind of came back down to earth.
They also had a defensive line that didn't give the quarterback any time to do anything.
Also, Dallas is pretty loaded offensively.
Oh,
I mean-
in this game. Even that Wilson? Is that a rookie that just was
Cedric
playing
Wilson.
a ton?
He's not a rookie, but yeah,
Okay, he's
because
not?
Gallup got hurt. Gallup hurt his ankle.
No, but
Cedric
even
Wilson.
before Gallup got hurt, like there's 3rd downs where they have 2 wide receivers in, and it's Wilson and like Amari Cooper. Like CeeDee Lamb isn't on the field. Like they did a really good job of rotating their receivers, and all the receivers did really well.
It was interesting too because I saw at least twice, maybe 3 times, where they had CeeDee Lamb lined up in the backfield on a 3rd down in shotgun, and then Zeke out wide, and so that was interesting to see too. And then CeeDee Lamb just ran like a flat route.
linebacker.
Yeah, he just ran like a flat route.
I mean, Zeke's always been he's never been just like the one-dimensional just runner. Like he's always been a good pass protector, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yep.
So, I mean, if they want to throw it 60 times a game, I mean, they can. They just got to protect Dak.
Dak threw it 58 times, 42 completions. Like,
He had 48 pass attempts, I think, with like 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
wow, yeah.
How about
60?
about Greg Zuerlein just pulling his best Blair Walsh?
That was a Minky's kicker too. He was mad about.
I mean,
missing
credit
an
to him,
extra
he made
point.
the last one.
Yeah.
The first couple were awful.
Well, he missed the field goal right away, and then he
Extra
missed
point.
the extra point,
Yeah.
and then he missed the 60-yarder. Which
Well,
you
yeah,
can't
that's fine.
You can't be on him about
But
that.
Until the last one, none of his kicks that he even made were like down the middle.
It was all left.
Yeah.
Everything was left. And
That
I think that's
33-yarder was terrible.
the one that he made, his first field goal that he made. Even that one was off to the left, and that's the only reason it went in. Because I think if it goes right down the middle, I think it gets blocked. So it went off left and veered back middle.
One thing about Greg Zuerlein though, didn't he have like wouldn't he have like a tight back or something? I had heard going into the game, like his back was bothering him, and they say like trying to kick as a.
Did he say that after the game?
No, the commentators were talking about it during the game, and they're saying I would never want to be a kicker with a strain in your back or whatever. But who knows? Maybe that was just hearsay.
Like it's
But another thing we have to talk about is the CeeDee Lamb Amari Cooper debate. Amari Cooper, 13 receptions, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 104 yards, 1 touchdown.
He dropped
2.
a couple right away.
That
He did. He
last
dropped 2
pick,
big ones.
very tough catch. We had both hands on it.
That was actually a really good throw by Dak. I just
Yeah.
don't know if that was the best place to go. It seemed
No,
like there was
correct.
three guys around there, and
But
it was a really good throw.
Yeah.
though.
yes, shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
picked.
and so I don't know. I mean, I'm still all on like I believe that CeeDee Lamb overtakes Amari Cooper this year as a clear wide receiver 1 throughout the season. But to see Amari Cooper get targeted, I mean, CeeDee Lamb was targeted 15 times, Amari Cooper 16.
That's how it
To
should
see
be.
Amari Cooper, to see Amari Cooper produce what he did, that I was surprised, honestly.
When I was working last night, the announcer made a great point. They should have like an official score person, like for quarterbacks that they hit him just right in the chest and they just drop it and it gets picked. It shouldn't be a pick to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Same
Like,
with Hail
those
Marys
aren't
at
fair.
half. So, because Tom Brady had
It
2
should almost
picks
be like
and
a
they
wide
were
receiver pick
Yes.
on drops.
It should be something like that.
And there should be some type of, I don't even know what you'd call it, the stat, where it's like an undeserving interception or a Hail Mary. I don't know what the stat would be called, but there definitely needs to be some type of designation for that. Because the QB can do all that he can, but if the wide receiver Indiana, for the picks.
Yeah, it hit him right in the chest.
Iowa, Indiana, yeah. But
Yep.
when you look back on the year, it's like, oh, he had 13 picks this year, 4 of them in the first game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Bucs offense. My 2 takeaways that I had from this were, number 1, Tom Brady threw 50 times. So like the Bucs did a similar thing where they only ran the ball 14 times, and so Tom Brady, I'm actually like, holy crap! I did not think, number 1, that I did not like any of the Bucs receivers besides like Antonio Brown for his price, just because I didn't think Tom Brady could have the volume or the deep throws to really support those guys in a way for how high they were going. But, I mean, it could just be probably the Cowboys offense, but to see him throw 32 for 50, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, 44 years old.
yeah,
Like,
It's wild.
And he was throwing the ball down the field. Normally, Tom Brady's like super short routes, like very not flashy. He seemed to be attacking like vertically.
He was. I know he's always been a very good mover in the pocket, but seeing him just at his age do that last night, like get away from like a DeMarcus Lawrence, it was insane.
DeMarcus Lawrence hit his arm, and he instinctively knew he was coming, brought it down a little bit, and held onto the ball. Like,
Hot take: Buccaneers receivers better than the Cowboys?
I wouldn't say that's a hot take.
They don't get talked about as a core though.
Yeah, well, because we didn't really know what to expect out of AB when they signed him.
Hey.
Right.
Zach,
But AB
I knew
on
what to
any-
expect
any-
out of AB.
AB on any given day could be their wide receiver 1, like by far.
I was
then
telling
your
you that.
fourth wide receiver
What was I
is
saying all
Tyler
offseason?
Johnson.
Antonio Brown, go get him. I'm actually mad I threw him in that Lamar
Matt,
Jackson
I don't think I
trade,
heard you say that
but-
once.
Yeah, you never really told us.
Not
that.
to us.
Yeah, not to us.
Well, maybe
But
I didn't tell you.
I know
then.
your boy DF Bean Counter. I've seen tweets about people saying DF Bean Counter's been on this the whole time. Go
Drew.
get
He made a whole video about him in like May. He was like,
for
you need to go
redraft
get
though,
him.
right? Not dynasty.
No, for Dynasty too, just because
Dynasty
of his price. Just because of his price. Like you're like Antonio Brown. I mean, 33, but still. Did you see that? I mean, his long touchdown he had. Not only does he
Toasted
like,
him.
did you see that hesitation like 10 yards down the field?
I haven't seen the
It was
route.
the
I remember
slightest.
watching it, but
It was the slightest hesitation. He was like full speed and just did a little like shoulder dip and kept going. And it just gave him like that extra. He already kind of had the corner beat, but he toasted him after that. It was crazy.
Watching the ball flight, I almost thought Brady overthrew him, and it was close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He still got it.
No, it's. Go ahead, Zach.
with the, I also think the Bucs didn't. I think they started just passing the ball everywhere because Ronald Jones fumbled early, and then Fournette. I mean, it was a pass play, but he had that stupid pick where he just batted it up in the air. Basically, set it up like a volleyball set to. Was it Parsons that picked it off, or who was it? It was a linebacker, I think.
Don't remember.
But regardless, it was
It was
all
Trayvon.
the
It was
running
Trayvon
backs.
Diggs. It was Trayvon Diggs.
I mean, the running backs just they didn't have great games. Leonard Fournette made a couple nice plays in there, but when Ronald Jones fumbles pretty early and then Leonard Fournette just sets the ball up for a Cowboys defender for a pick and gives them points after that too. I think they might have scored on that.
Yep.
I think
That was
the
a big reason why the
Buccaneers-
Cowboys were even in the game early on. Those back-to-back turnovers in their own territory.
I think
Yeah.
the Bucs O-line is better at pass blocking than run blocking.
Probably.
It seems like.
Well, I mean, Dallas defense, obviously they were really bad last year, but
Their D-line has DeMarcus Lawrence, and
I don't think
so they should have been able to run it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I think Cowboys defense isn't very good too. I think that's also why the Bucs decided to throw the ball everywhere. And
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I will say though, after this game, I don't know if I want to say this with everyone in our dynasty league, but I'm in all my random leagues I'm in on Sleeper. I'm going out and buying Leonard Fournette. He had
how
9
many
carries.
random leagues are you in? I think I heard the number last night is that you're in 10 total leagues.
It's five. Hunter told you.
Yep.
So I'm in 5 random sleeper leagues. I just joined them this offseason just to mess around with different types of builds and stuff. And then I'm in 2 redraft leagues, the Lake Mills alums league, and then what's the other one? Oh, a Freedom Church league with my church up here, and then my 2 dynasty leagues. I got our dynasty league we're in, and then another one with people I know up here.
So 9 leagues.
Yeah, 9. But I'm probably
How
gonna
do you
leave some of
even-
those dynasties next year.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Because then you're contradicting yourself on different.
Exactly,
Well,
because
okay.
that's what we were talking about last night. At some point, you have such a wide array of players, and like, oh, you're diversifying your players, yes. But in one league, you're going to need one guy to do well, and you're going to need that same guy in a different league to do poorly.
Because you're playing against him.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
There's definitely a limit on how many leagues. I'm just doing the one league this year. I'm just focused on Dynasty. I can't do.
2.
I don't want to focus on any other type of league.
I know. I'm probably leaving my redraft leagues next year. It's just not that fun to me anymore. So, it's one QB.
So we just had
and-
my friend's one. I think I had the worst draft of my life.
Who
We did an
cares?
auction.
I mean, it's no money in it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And, well, we said there was, but nobody's paid anything yet, so I don't know what's going to happen.
And you guys have a
So-
trophy
Dang,
Let me know.
That's rough.
for no money.
But yeah, so I got Patrick Mahomes for 65. Overpaid a little, but I was okay with it. And Justin Jefferson for 65, which I didn't do. Shouldn't have done, but I did. Running backs are awful. I think my 2 starters are Raheem Mostert and Sonny Michel or something.
That's not bad for
He's
0
RB1, yeah.
No, but I have Trey Sermon on the bench in case Mostert gets passed.
There you go.
And I picked up Le'Veon Bell. Hopefully he can get some touches.
Don't get Matt started
It's
on that.
Tyson Williams, baby. Tyson Williams.
Dude, I literally looked for that. Right after I saw the news, I looked for it. I was like, oh, who are their backups? And somebody listed who the backups are. I'm like, oh, I'll go type in this Tyson guy. Matt already had him.
I picked him up I picked him
then
right
you
after
already
the
had Le'Veon.
Dobbins. I picked him up after the Dobbins injury, before the
Speak-
Justice Hill one.
Speaking of that, How unlucky are the Ravens right now? They tore on back-to-back plays in practice.
I mean, they
That's
cut
rough.
practice short, I think, after it happened.
You had to.
I mean, that's what they get for. I mean, that's not what
Yep.
they get, but trying to win every single preseason game.
Yeah,
Does that play anything into it?
Heard it here first.
they could.
That's what you get
Yeah.
from Zach.
That's what you get, just wishing torn ACLs on every single player who tries to win a preseason game.
Yeah, but overall, couldn't be a better first NFL
Good
game.
opening
It
night.
was-
I thought the
it was
Cowboys were going to
so
get ran there
fun.
for a little bit. There was a little run where Bucs had all the momentum.
I didn't. 9.5 was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I really wanted to bet it, but I just stayed away. I'll just final comments, and then we can move on to the next thing. Mike Evans owners out there, you can't really be
Yuck.
mad. Did you see his game log last year? He either gets like 35, 40 points, or he gets 2. That's what you signed up for. It just is what it is. He's a boomer bust player. But can I say how good Gronk looked?
Gronk looked very, very good.
I saw
Little
some
delay fade.
tweets. I saw some tweets that were reports that he came in last season because he signed like pretty late into the year last year, right?
Very late.
And they said he was partying, he wasn't in shape, he was
Matt.
he was skinny.
He was
What's up,
retired.
Matt, he said on an interview that Gronk, or he was supposed to send in like conditioning videos and stuff, and they said he was just faking them. Like he would just send in like repeated ones, and
Yes,
they're like all from the same day.
And so like, there's a chance this is the Gronk we're gonna get this year because he looks bigger. He looked like
faster.
he could move. Did you see that play where they literally tried taking out his knee? On that game on the last possession, and he just like bounced right. The dude's shoulders bounced right off his knee, and he kept running, got like 4 or 5 more yards. Like he looks good, and that was very surprising for me because I did not think he was worth anything.
Well, his role grew.
8 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And his role grew as the year went on last year, especially in the playoffs. So I think it's kind of just a carryover from that. You got more comfortable in the offense, playing football again.
Yeah.
And do they still have O.J. Howard?
They do, and Cameron
do.
Brate.
And they just didn't use him at all.
It's Gronk season, baby. I know we may feel like we're overreacting, but he looked good, really good. So,
I don't disagree.
All right,
those
on
are
to
my
the
final
next thing.
thoughts.
For NFL, Vikings, Bengals. Barr just got ruled out. Darisaw ruled out. We kind of figured on that. Vikings, Bengals, the line is what, 2.5, 3
3.
for Vikes? Please hammer it. Please hammer Vikings money
Do it.
line. Was it minus 160 something? I think on most. That's
The defense is going to should be very good.
and I'm usually like cautious about betting on my own team, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know who knows what can happen. Vikings hammer money line. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that
the
might
Bengals.
actually be my lock.
I'm not doing it. I have a different one, but
Okay, we'll
The
talk about
Bengals.
that after when we talk about the games.
I'm a firm believer. The Bengals. They're going to need time. Joe Burrow's coming off a horrific injury.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase has not played a game in over a year.
can't see the
He
football.
had- He has
I have
4
him on
drops.
Dynasty. He came out and said, "Yeah, college balls are way easier to catch than NFL
He
balls."
tweeted
'cause they have
back,
a
though.
white stripe.
did you
White
see his
stripe,
tweet
yeah.
back at it? They
He
asked
said
him
he
what
didn't
the
say that.
difference was, and he just said the white stripes.
Oh, what the difference is?
That's what
Okay,
his
okay.
tweet said.
Yeah,
Maybe
he-
it was a
he
little,
claimed-
it was a little.
Yeah,
Take
it was
out the
a little
context
clickbaity. But Zach, if you want to trade him to me, let's talk, bro. Let's talk. I'm still a
And
firm
the
believer in
Bengals-
Jamar Chase.
Bengals defense, let's be honest,
It's
not great.
It's what Jesse Bates and
Hey.
that's it.
Yeah.
We can attack Trey Waynes for once.
He's not playing. I think he's out. But he's like their best corner, Chris.
I mean, that's good, but I wanted to burn him for once.
I'm pretty sure he's out with like some hamstring thing.
And we took Mac Alexander back.
Yep. The only thing I'm a little worried about is Trey Hendrickson, which I think kind of had inflated stats
he
with the
signed.
Saints.
Well, yeah, he
But-
had Cameron Jordan on the other side. Like,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hamstring. Yep, he's already been ruled out. Trey Wings got ruled out 3 days ago.
Good for the
So-
Vikings, but I wanted to always see Trey Waynes in position, but not close
Make the
enough to
play,
bat it
yeah.
away.
I actually didn't mind Trey Waynes. He was just really frustrated.
I didn't
at
either.
times.
yeah,
But the Vikings should feast on that Bengals defense.
Kirk
knows?
Cousins is going to.
Dalvin
Oh my
should have a
gosh.
big day, too.
Dalvin should run all over him.
Yep.
The Vikings offense needs to show up because, like we said, the Bengals have a couple pieces. They probably will score a couple times.
They're going to play at
times.
a very fast rate, and they are going to throw the ball a ton.
Viking starters on defense haven't played a lot this preseason. Take a little bit to get going. So the Vikings offense needs to be there. They need to put up points early, kind of, I don't know, not shut up, but like take the wind out of the sails for the Bengals.
Yep.
Coming out to start the year.
The offense needs to shut up their own fans from the preseason because nobody on Vikings fans trusts the offense right now.
Well, the Ravens comment I saw was somebody tweeted all the Ravens injuries that have happened this preseason, and somebody quote tweeted and said, "And fans still out here begging for preseason Vikings touchdowns or something like that."
It's so dumb.
When the whole starting offense was never out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson didn't play. Thielen didn't even play the last one. Dalvin didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And why would they?
Hurt played very little. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, look, Irv Smith is out for the year now.
Yep.
And
go ahead, Zach.
no, you got it.
What does our offensive line look like? Is it Rashad Hill at left tackle?
Yep.
Oli Udo at right guard?
I can't remember which
I think it's Udo. at guard.
Ezra's at left. Ezra's at left, right?
Ezra's at left.
Bradbury at center. Oli Udo.
And then O'Neal.
That's a solid. Like,
It's not bad.
the thing
Oli's looked good. They've said he's looked good.
And you got Wyatt
they
Davis as
said
one of the
Udo-
guards.
They said Udo can also play tackle.
Yeah.
And let's say Wyatt Davis comes along, gets rolling because he started playing pretty well in that preseason. Put him at right guard. Put Oli Udo at left tackle.
And then you just have Darisaw slowly coming along.
Forgot about Darisaw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean we'll have a couple pieces.
it only
which is, they who knows? Maybe we're gassing up the Vikings O line more
Maybe.
than what we should. But
Compared to what it has been,
I think it's
when you got Dakota
It has to be
Dozier.
there.
a little bit too excited. But I think there's some pieces and there's finally some depth to the Vikings O line that we're not used
we're
to.
finally not just plugging in like journeyman, veteran linemen.
Yeah.
We got young guys.
I mean, if Darisaw can end up being the guy that we think he is, we'll have two cornerstone tackles.
Yep.
I mean, maybe not going to be top 3 tackles in the league where we're talking about Lane Johnson.
Give me
and everything,
top
but just
20.
2 solid dudes
Yeah.
playing tackle. And then you could fill in the rest.
And I've always said Bradbury did not look good last year, but factor in the 2 people around him were god awful. And
That's
being
very
a center, that doesn't help.
I mean, especially like during practice, like last year during camp, we mixed up a lot of the O-line groups just to get a different feel for different people. And there's a big difference when you get matched up with the 1s versus you get matched up with like the 3s and 4s. Especially, I know in the NFL they're not going to have as big of a problem with like knowledge, but you having to remind somebody all the time about something, or something happens mid-play and they don't see it, but the starter usually picks it up. It's just, if you're surrounded by 2 god-awful football players, you're probably not going to play very well. And I think that's what Bradbury's kind of went through. I'm not saying Bradbury is this world beater. He's going to be the best center ever, but I feel like we need to give him a chance surrounded with 2 solid guards.
Yes.
And Ezra Cleveland proved to be a pretty solid guard last year, even though he's a tackle.
He did well. He did well.
Yeah.
And flip side of that, the other worst position group of the Vikings, just across the line, the D tackles, should be very
awesome.
good.
Michael Pierce, Dalvin Tomlinson, and then Sheldon
Those are some dudes.
coming in.
And
I'm excited for that
on
defensive
passing
line.
downs.
Has depth. Daniil Hunter, hopefully he's the same dude. You never want to assume. They say he's been looking really good. You never want to assume that he's just going to get back to his old form, but I think he will. He had a weird neck injury last year, obviously, and missed the whole year. But hopefully his first football action in 2 years can hopefully, I don't know how to explain it, hopefully he can get, I don't even know how to explain it, just
Be the spark? Or what are you going for?
just pick up where he left off, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Just pick up, take a few plays, those
Not miss a beat.
game-like hits. You can't simulate that, but after those first couple possessions, he gets back rolling into that mindset and realizing he can do it again.
His moves have looked good in practice. I know they're not going full through the tackle, but they're still blocking full.
Yep. With the rest of the games, I'm just going to say FanDuel has a promotion with Pat McAfee. It's a Pat McAfee promotion. It's $200 risk-free on a week 1 bet. And I'm thinking about putting it on Bills money line against the Steelers. Like, come on, it's at home. Vikings, we just talked about that. I think Vikings are getting great value. I think they're around minus 160, 164. And Chiefs at home against the Browns, money line. This is low-key my most worrisome one of the 6 games that I picked.
Yeah.
And Matt made a good point. That's a good thing when it's the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patrick
Like,
Mahomes
Chiefs
is
are gonna
undefeated
ball.
in September, by the way.
That's actually a cool stat. Then the Packers money line at the Saints, but as Hunter
I thought you were stopping after 3. Holy crap.
No, I told you 6.
No, this is
I didn't catch that.
This is a risk-free.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers at the Saints.
It's not actually at the
Hunter
Saints.
Kingland pointed out to me it's not actually at the Saints. It's in Jacksonville. So that's huge because I was really worried. I was like, ooh, and the Superdome, like that could get crazy things happen there.
You get Kamara off of turf and onto real grass.
Yep. And so I think the Packers, even if they go down early, you still got Aaron Rodgers.
That's
like,
my
they'll be
survivor pick this week.
Okay.
Packers.
Same.
And then my last 2, the most sure ones, Rams at home against the Bears. That defense is going to eat them alive in their offense with Matt
Rams
Stafford.
are at home.
Yes. I'm just taking a money line, too. I'm not even taking points. Minus 400 for Rams.
Boy.
And then 49ers at the Lions. Minus 420. 49ers should wreck.
Back to the Rams one. Andy Dalton's
should
going to
wreck.
be eaten alive.
You'd think so. Because didn't they say the Bears' O-line has been looking terrible?
I'm sure. I don't.
Okay.
They
Thought I saw some tweets
don't
that
have
they've been really
many
struggling.
people anymore.
But that's my pick. And if I were to put 200 on it right now, it would be $1,284.
Let's go, baby.
I
Let's
like
ride.
those 6 games a lot.
I think I'm
And it's
riding with you,
risk-free.
Zach.
So if it doesn't hit, I get the 200 back. To recap, last week's locks of the week. I think Chris has the picks there.
So yeah, like Zach said, 2 out of the 3 hit. I had Cincinnati minus 22.5. I think they won by 30 or so. Matt had Marshall money line, which they won by 35 or something.
Crazy.
And Zach had Wisconsin
Marshall,
minus
baby.
5.5. That was the only L of the week. So 2-1. 2 out of 3, 2-1, however you want to say it. As a
Or
group,
1-0, 1-0, 0-1.
pretty good. Yeah, I didn't want to say it. But yeah, no, 2 out of 3. We're starting a good reputation here.
Let's go. Let's
We'll
go.
see if we
baby.
can keep it going for week 2.
What do they say? To
Or
win in
week 1
Vegas,
of the
you got to
NFL.
win like 60% of your bets or 65.
Hey.
So
We're winning
go,
66.6666666
baby.
right now.
And I'm not going to say like a to be fair, but Wisconsin just completely sold that game against.
Okay,
NC.
but it happened.
Every
just
time we
saying.
lose.
No,
They
but
sold,
like,
bro. They sold.
no, Matt, they were at the goal line twice and fumbled twice. Come on now.
It's
One
like
of them was on
against
a
Iowa back in the day.
stupid handoff too.
Yeah.
But,
All right, so we going college first.
We can go college first since we were just talking college. So college first. If anybody has their pick,
College
you go
is
first.
money line or spread.
Anything.
Which this
If it's-
week there's
if it's
a
close-
lot of.
If it's close enough. Because
Yeah, you
obviously,
can't
if it's
pick,
like
like-
somebody's super favorite. Yeah.
Well, right.
Alabama
yes.
money line against Mercer. I think that's a lock.
Problem
Bet
this
your
week
house.
is there's so many FBS teams playing FCS teams. They don't even have a
tough.
spread or money line. Right
Okay,
now.
I have my lock. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go with Liberty money line against. I think they're playing Troy
Ooh. I like
at the
that.
bottom, but it's Liberty's only favored by minus 3.5. So Troy must be solid because Liberty has that stud QB, Matt, that you're saying.
Malik Willis. Yep.
Malik Willis, like draft prospect, good, right?
Yeah, he could go in the first round, and if he plays really well this year, he could be like one of the 2 or 3 first QBs off the board after Ritter. Spencer Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter's
He's
good.
that high.
No,
That's
Spencer
Cincinnati.
Rattler. I'm an idiot. I'm
Rattler,
getting mixed up
okay.
with-
I was
Ritter's
like,
good though. He
no,
could
sorry.
be top.
Cincinnati QB.
I always get mixed up with is it Desmond Ritter and Spencer Rattler.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Rattler looked awful at times though.
he had it in the
Against
middle of the
Tulane.
game. He looked really good. The
No, he
first start,
did.
He looked bad. At the end, he kind of looked bad.
But that's a
Yeah.
game you need to dominate.
Yeah.
But
it is.
anyways,
Yep.
Chris or
but
Matt,
yeah,
you guys got
Matt
your lock?
Ritter's very good too.
Yeah.
All right, so Zach goes Liberty money line. I have. Let me check the spread again here before it goes away.
I think I have.
Actually, Matt, do you have yours? I'm gonna double check it on FanDuel before I
I have a
the
very
spread
hard
on
time with college,
score.
so I'm still looking, and I haven't looked at all
Okay.
this week.
So
Give me,
here's
like,
2 games I'll just point out to people
20
that
seconds.
are interesting. Miami, Florida versus App State. App State's a solid team, but it's only 8.5 Miami. If you could somehow get
Holy
that down to
crap.
like 6.5 Miami, I would hammer that. Because Miami's just too talented. I know they just took an absolute beating from Bama, but that's Bama.
So we're going spreads on FanDuel, so we're all
Yep.
same.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It
shout
doesn't
out
matter as much.
my boss Tyler. Got the mug in the shot for you.
Let's go,
Actually,
baby.
is a pretty cool mug. Chris drinks coffee
Look
out
at
of
that.
it like
It's
every day
beautiful.
now. He like goes out of his way just to drink
Okay.
coffee out of it.
I'm gonna go Georgia minus 23.5 against UAB.
That's a good bet. I like that.
There's no way UAB can move the ball.
And the thing
Clemson
is,
couldn't do anything.
if you can move the line, you could even move it down to like 20.5. I bet you the odds aren't even that bad.
Right.
Because minus 23.5 is minus 108. If you want to change that pick, if you want to take off a few points, I'll let you do that because I took minus 3.5 and I took a money line. So if you want to take minus 20.5, you can to like buy a few points.
Matt?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I really want to do a different game, but it's not allowing a first half spread. I'm gonna take Notre Dame first half spread minus 9.5 against Toledo.
Okay.
I love first half
respect
spreads. I love first half spreads with these teams because
Minus
it's
9.5.
Yeah, it's normally it is minus 16.5, but I just think if Notre Dame's gonna win and if they're gonna cover, they're gonna dominate right away. And then maybe Toledo in the fourth quarter when Notre Dame has its backups in, sneaks back in, scores a touchdown, makes it a 14-point game or something. But
Okay.
so I like
I'm
hammering
not
first
taking
half
points.
spreads.
You're taking 23.5.
I chose to do spread, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay. There's another game that's intriguing to me, at least. Buffalo is usually a pretty good MAC team. They're playing Nebraska, plus 14.5.
T.O., I know. We always
Thomas
bag on
Canning,
Nebraska.
Thomas Canning.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I'm not even like ragging on him. Like Nebraska could win like handily and win by 14, and Buffalo would still.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. So I'm just saying, I don't even know if I'd bet that, but that's just an interesting line that I saw.
But
Also-
yeah, anyways, there's no other interesting games on this weekend. We can move on, right?
There's a lot of
Not the biggest
'cause
game in the state of Iowa.
Everyone like loaded their first week into this. Yeah, except for Iowa State, but I don't know if I want to talk about that one.
So NFL locks of the
not
week. What do we
betting
got?
that one.
NFL locks of the week. We'll move right on into that. Anybody got a
So
lock?
I was going to hammer Jets plus 5.5, but it's moved all the way down to plus 3.5. It was at plus 3 this morning.
Saw that.
And so I think the Jets offense is going to be good this year. I really do. And then you got, is it Saleh? How do you say his Robert Saleh?
Robert Saleh.
yeah.
Great defensive coach. I think their defense can be improved.
Lost a
I
couple
just don't
pieces
think the Panthers
already.
are that great. That is, I know they lost Carl Lawson. That's not who I'm
So are
gonna go
you
with,
choosing
though.
that one or no?
That's not what I'm doing. That was just
Okay.
What for NFL? Because we want to take more spreads. What's the limit that we can take money line on? Inside
I would
three,
say-
three
I'd
or
say
lower.
I'd say under 4.
2. Under 4?
No, I'd say under 3. Under 3. We'll cut it in the middle. You're
So
two.
no 3.5.
No 3.5.
So 3 and
if
below.
you take 3.5, you have to take 3.5.
Okay.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I thought you were talking
yeah.
about money line. Money line odds.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
You're going to do a lock of the week at minus 350?
No.
Talking about spread. Okay.
Spread.
We're talking about spread, but like, what's the limit on the spread that you can take money line? So if it's minus 3 or lower, you can take money line.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. All right.
I think I have an interesting one, but that'd be a little risky. Vikings seems good. Vikings seems good. I mean, we already talked about that, so I might just leave it out. I also like Washington football team at home against the Chargers. I like that one because
I think Washington is going to be
their
very good
defense
this
is
year.
so good.
And their offense, you got Antonio. If Antonio Gibson gets unleashed, if Fitzmagic's playing like he did last year, oh my gosh, Terry McLaurin. I said Antonio.
He said Antonio.
I was just talking fast. I didn't know his name's Antonio.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't think you do.
All right, fine.
But yes, Matt,
Anyway.
Washington football team, they could make a run.
Fitzmagic was QB9 before Tua came in last year. I know it was only 4-game sample size, but still, like, he has way better weapons around him. He had nothing in Miami last year.
Yeah, Devontae Parker.
Dude's wide receiver 3 now. So.
I know.
Anyway, while you guys are looking,
rethinking
here's mine. I'm very heavily considering the Chiefs at -5.5 because I just think they'll win by a touchdown. But I'm gonna go with the Bills against the Steelers -6.5. I think the Bills are just gonna score way too many points and the Steelers can't keep up. The Steelers secondary, they lost Steven Nelson. They lost Mike Hill. They lost like so many guys last year. They don't have Bud Dupree. Like, I don't think they're gonna be as solid as people think. That defense, especially the secondary. So,
Well, I mean, the defense was like a top 3 defense last year. I mean, obviously they're still going to be pretty good defense, but I think what you're saying is they're just not going to be that elite level defense they were last year.
yeah, especially the secondary. And I just think Josh Allen is going to come in. Stephon Diggs, they're just going to roll.
So my locks, I'm going to go with Washington football team. If you want to mark that down, Matt, you're going with Bills.
You're just money
Bills
line.
-6.5. Yep.
Mine's money line.
Zach, that's a stand. That's like a flag plant right there.
The one game
I like
I'm staying away from on pretty much everything. I'll maybe bet like a prop on it or something. Titans Cardinals.
The over is the
staying
only
away from
thing
that
I'm
game.
thinking about on that, but it's ticked up a couple points.
But also the Titans run the ball. Like they can
I
milk
know.
clock and who knows.
Yep.
Jags
Yeah.
versus Texans is intriguing.
I want to pick the Jaguars money line so badly, but I just feel like if I do it, Trevor Lawrence will look awful and Tyrod Taylor will just ball out. I'm
Trevor
scared.
Lawrence is like, man, Matt Throne picked
Texans
me. I'm
have
gonna
no
play terrible.
weapons.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
They
exactly.
Cooks. Cool.
He's at over 1,000. Hunter was
They
saying
got-
last night he's at over 1,000 yards every season except
With
rookie year and
who was his quarterback?
That's
Yeah,
true.
Drew
Sean
Brees. He had
Watson,
Drew Brees for a little
not
bit.
Tyrod
He
Taylor.
had Tom Brady for a little bit.
Yes. Not
You got
Tyrod
Nico
Taylor.
Collins, rookie from
That's
Michigan,
pretty disrespectful.
wide receiver 2 there. So, now the Texans. I saw a
Cool.
stat the other day. About the Texans. It was that they barely have any rookies on their roster, and they have the
They don't
worst
have
roster
one
in the
rookie
league.
starting. For that
Yeah,
roster,
it's-
not one rookie to start.
That's such a bad place to be in when you're the worst, when you have the least amount of talent on a roster of anybody in the league.
It's awful.
Like, and you're not even young. Anyway, what
So
do you
yeah,
got, Chris?
Chris, what's
You
your
know
lock?
what?
Then we'll move on.
Vikings money line.
Okay. I second that lock, by the way. Not for the game.
I
but
was gonna go. Rams
I thought it was
minus
kind of off the
7.5,
table since we talked about it so
but-
much, but you can take it. You can take it. I just randomly saw next week's game. Thursday night game is Washington football team at home against the Giants. It's -3.5.
Giants aren't doing anything.
Washington football team next.
Although the
week.
Giants' defense is supposedly very good.
That's what I've heard too.
Really?
I guess.
I guess we'll see week
Interesting.
1. Everybody's going to be overreacting to some surprise team is going to win in a game that they shouldn't. And
Jaguars
I
beat
guess-
the Colts last year.
I was just
Week
about
one?
to say, and that won't carry over for the rest of the season, but there's also 2 or 3 surprise teams every year that are better than anybody
Are
expected.
just all of a sudden like, holy crap, yeah. They're the
And there's
real
2 or
deal.
3 teams that are not as good as anybody expected.
Yep.
So
All right.
moving on, we're going to move on to the initials game. We played this our first
All right.
week. Our first
Yes,
week.
sir.
Yeah,
So-
Zach just thought of
Yeah,
the
it was.
hints off the top of his head.
Yeah, so Matt is
That's
going
what I'm doing too.
He's going to let you guys know what the initials are. We're doing athletes only. It can be any sport, pretty much any sport. Matt kind of has the discretion to determine whether they are notable enough or not, that we know them, are prominent enough. He'll give us a series of hints for each answer, or I don't even know how to explain.
And once you guess on that one, if you get it wrong, you're out.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you take a chance, that's first hint. I think it's this guy. Wrong. Then you can't guess the rest of that. I don't even know what they call him. Name. We'll just say that name.
That item.
That
Oh,
item.
yeah, it's his name.
And every single item has the same initials. So that's kind of our first hint going in.
Welcome to, what is it, our fourth game, episode 2 of Initials. Records. Matt's 2-1.
And more important, more importantly, you guys can play this at home too. You guys can be guessing
That's
while
right.
you're listening to
yes.
this.
Sure.
Play this at home. Let us know how many you got. Let us know if you beat Zach or Chris. You get it before them. But yeah, I'm 2-1. Zach's 1-1. Chris is 0-2. So let's see if Chris can get his first win here. Zach beat me last week, so that's why I am hosting. The initials for today are TH.
Okay, I'm going to get my notes app out just in case I think of.
They
somebody
are allowed
ahead of
to write names down as they go here that they think.
We will not be searching anything, obviously.
Now, normally you would write clues down ahead of time, but we all know we don't have time for that. So I'm coming up with clues on the spot.
TH?
TH, yes.
Okay.
You guys are ready? We'll go ahead with item 1.
And just to clarify one more time, it's any sports, not just football. It's basketball, baseball, football, basically. Maybe if there's a prominent enough hockey guy, we would name him. We're not the biggest hockey guys here. So, Matt, let's get it rolling.
All right. So, the first clue is 408 yellow. 408 yellow. The second clue is CF. The third clue is 48.
Chris.
Oh, my gosh.
Tory Hunter.
Dang it.
Yes, sir. 408 yellow, center field.
Yeah.
Tory made so many at the old Metrodome. Tory made so many plays,
I
robbing
about
home
said
runs.
Chris as my buzzer.
Where's the yellow?
It's a yellow. It's a yellow 408, or at least it was.
It was
at
yellow?
the time
Okay.
I looked up
Yeah,
images
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it may have been switched to white at some point, but all right.
Okay.
Item number
Chris
2.
has one.
Chris is up 1-0. Item number 2. Purple and gold.
Chris. Taylor Heineke.
Incorrect.
Okay. I'm going to hear it. Just give me the hints.
All right. Clue number 2. Orange and blue.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's a more confusing hint than...
Clue
first
number 3. Returner.
These are the worst hints of all time.
Clue number 4. I actually don't even know. I'm trying to think. Clue number 4. It's tough. It's tough. Clue number 4. LSU.
What?
Clue number 5. Kick returner.
Oh, you said returner.
Zach.
Yes.
Trindon Holiday.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Nice work.
That was
See,
a very...
There's supposed to be 6 clues, so the first couple
it's
clues
6?
are supposed to be very vague.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
For
yeah,
some
that's
reason I thought it was
fine.
3.
No, the first clues are supposed to
No.
be very vague.
I know.
And then they get better.
Okay.
All right.
Bet.
All right. 1-1. It is very hard, by the way, to come up with clues on the spot. So,
I did
1-1.
it once. No problems.
All right. 1-1. Clue number 1. Lefty. Clue number 2.
Not searching. Oh, where is he from?
48. Clue number 3. DH. Clue number 4. Played a majority
Zach.
of his career in
Zach.
Zach.
Travis Hafner.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
right.
That's a good one.
That is correct. Attaboy, Mon.
Mon.
All right. 2-1, Zach. 2-1, Zach.
Yep.
We have 14 items. This is item number 4. Item number 4.
TH initials.
TH initials. Item number 4 is Detroit. Clue number 2, Orlando. Clue number 3, Los Angeles. Clue number 4, Philadelphia. Clue number 5, small forward.
Chris. Tobias Harris.
Yes.
Dang it. Gosh, dang
That's
it.
correct.
That's such an easy one. I
Dude,
wasn't even close on that. I wasn't even close on that.
I would not have got it.
I was
if you didn't
thinking
say
old Philadelphia players.
Oh, totally.
And like former. Gosh,
Um,
dang.
All right, it's 2-2. We got 10 items to go, so plenty of time. Any man's game. All right. Item number 5, clue number 1. Second round pick. Clue number 2. The color orange. Clue number 3. Chad Ochocinco.
Chris.
Oh my god.
Yes.
T. Higgins.
That's correct. 3-2.
That's not who I had. That's not who I had. There's a different person. I'm not going to say it yet, but there's a different person who could maybe apply to that. I don't know about the round pick.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
All right. It is 3-2, Chris. We are on item number 6. Unless someone at home is up 5-0 on both these guys. All right.
Probably
3-2.
just searching it up on their computer.
Clue number 6. Peace sign.
Zach.
Oh my God.
Tyreek
almighty.
Hill. Oh,
Let's go.
man. Oh. I was like, I got to get this.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Wasn't even.
Oh, man. This is tough, dude.
Right.
All right. Clue number 1 of item 7. It is 3-3. Clue number 1. 2020 draft pick. Clue number 2. Coliseum.
Chris. Tyrese
Yes.
Halliburton.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Dang.
I was thinking totally
Dude.
different sport. I had a different guy.
I
in
was
my
gonna
head.
say Hilton
waiting.
right away.
That's
I'm
one
like,
of
nah,
the two
it's
names I had
Clue 2.
written down.
Okay.
That was good. All right, that was good.
I was on a totally
All
different
right.
sport.
All right. Item 8. It is 4-3, Chris. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Item 8. Blue and white. Clue number 1. Blue and white. Clue number 2. An old rookie.
Oh God.
Was an old rookie. Was an old rookie. Clue number 2.
Was an old rookie.
Yes, correct. Was an old rookie. Clue number 2. Clue number 3. Joseph Smith. Clue number 4. This is tough. This is tough. Clue number 4. A backup in the NFL. Clue number 5. He is described as a gadget. And clue number 6, Brigham Young University.
I already knew that. That didn't help.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Zach.
3.
Damn it.
Yes.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know how
That'll
it took us
clip.
that long.
I knew
That'll
it was
clip the
that, and I
microphone
couldn't
right
think
there.
of his name.
Dang.
With Joseph Smith, I was like,
Attaboy.
okay, Brigham Young. So the last time
Yes.
hint didn't do anything for me.
I didn't know if you guys got that. I was like, yeah, Joseph Smith is one that
In
created
blue and white.
Mormonism
Yep.
and blue and white. Yep. All right. I'm trying to lengthen these out the way where they get easier the further it goes. So, all right.
Yeah.
That was item what? 8? That was item 8. It is 4 to 4.
Fours.
We have a
Fours.
tie ball
4 up.
game.
4 up.
Let's go. All right.
6
Item
left.
9. Item 9. 9.
Nime.
Item nine.
South.
Nime.
Yeah. South Florida. Clue number 2. Waldorf University.
Zach.
No.
Yes.
Tyler Huntley.
You were waiting on that one, weren't you?
It was my first name
You
I
were
wrote
thinking-
down.
you
It
were
was my first
thinking,
name
you
I
were
wrote
like,
down.
Hold up. South Florida. The
So,
boys. The South Florida
conne-
crew.
So the connection to Waldorf University is I played with Tyler Huntley's brother, Sam Huntley, and that's the
Sam
first name I
Huntley,
wrote down just because TH.
Tyler Huntley, Utah QB, backup for the Ravens.
Perfect for
Legend.
that scheme. If Lamar Jackson ever gets hurt or maybe ever leaves for some reason, he will fit perfectly
Yep.
with that team.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Item. So it's 5 to 4, Zach.
Yes.
5 to 4, Zach.
Yep.
All right. We are on item 10.
10. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Item 10. All right. Item 10. Freak injury. Who won? Who won? Freak injury. Clue 2. Non-football injury. Non-football injury. Clue 3. FCS school. Non-Division 1 FCS school. Clue 3. Clue 4. 1 playoff appearance. Sorry, 1 playoff win. I'm sorry, my bad. 1 playoff appearance. My bad.
Okay.
Not 1 win. Sorry.
That didn't. Yeah, that didn't.
Clue
matter really.
number 4. Former Vikings player.
Chris. Taylor
Yes.
Heineke.
Yes, sir. If you remember correctly, Heineke was going to be
Yeah,
the
I
backup. He punched his hand through a
Yep.
window and cut and
Yep.
severed a tendon in his hand, and he got cut.
Did
That's
not
it.
know that.
He went to Old Dominion, by the way. Went to Old Dominion.
I do remember that.
All right, so my names
All
are
right,
gone.
so it's 5 to 5, right?
5.
Yep.
5 to
I still
5.
have 2 names,
All
but one of
right.
them might not even count.
All right. 5 to
Wait,
5.
wait. Why might not one count? Is it TH?
I'll tell you.
5 to 5.
Okay.
All right. 5 to 5. 4 items to go. We may, if we do have a couple items here for a tie.
4 million times in a row.
I know, because this is exciting. Let's go.
It
All
is
right.
exciting.
Chris
get
could get his
rolling.
first win. Chris could get his first
Nah,
win.
let's not
5 to
look
5
that
with
far
four
ahead
left.
here.
5 to
Item
5
11,
with 4
clue
left.
1. Clue 1. White Shack. White Shack. Clue
I thought
I
you
thought
said
he
white check.
Yeah, I thought he said white
No,
check. at
Shack.
first, too.
White Shack. Clue 2. Clear Lake. Clue 2. Clear Lake. Clue 3.
Zach.
What's up?
TJ Hawkinson.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That's it. TJ Hawkinson went to Sheraton High School. He was known as like
Yeah.
the White Shack in basketball because he was so big
He
for.
went to Sheraton, and
Yeah.
that's who
And,
Clear Lake had the triple against.
Clear Lake had the
the Tofty triple.
infamous, in the state playoffs. All right, state semis. All right, item 12. Zach's up 6-5. Chris, if Zach gets this here, you can still tie. There's 3 items to go. Chris needs 2 out of 3 to tie. Zach needs 2 to win. So Chris can run the table and wins as well. All right, clue
Probably not.
12. Clue 12.
Okay, we get it. Yep.
He's a junior. Clue 1. He is a junior. Clue
That could be taken a couple different ways.
Clue 2. Blue and white.
That
Blue
first
two,
hint is actually a really good hint
blue and
because there are
white.
2 different ways you could take it, and I don't know which way.
Clue 2. Blue and white. Clue 3. 2013 pick. 2013 pick.
Okay, so that's the way he
Blue
took it.
3.
Okay.
Clue 3. Clue 4. His father was an athlete. Or father was an athlete.
Zach.
Yes, sir.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
That's correct. That is correct, man. All right.
When you said he's a
7-5.
junior, I thought I didn't know if you were saying he is
Both
like
ways,
named after his
yeah.
dad or if he was a junior like in college.
Totally. No, yeah. All right, we got
So
2
2
hints left.
I need
Chris
to get
needs
one.
both of these.
Come
Zach
on.
needs 1. Let's get after it. All right. Item 13. Item 13. St. Louis. Clue 1, St. Louis. Clue 2. Terrell Owens, Calvin Johnson. Clue 2. Terrell Owens, Calvin
Chris.
Johnson.
Dang
Yes.
it.
Torrey Holt.
Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang
Let's
it.
go.
Right after he said Chris, I got it.
7-6. 7-6. It all comes down to this. Let's go.
If we
7-6.
tie, do we get a tiebreaker?
I got a tiebreaker. Yep.
You have a tie. Ooh, he has a tiebreaker.
Yeah. I have a tiebreaker.
Come on, I got to get
Yep.
this.
All
Got to
right.
get one of these 2. Come
Here
on.
we go. Here we go. All right. This is some pressure for these clues here. All right. Item 14. Clue number 1. Carson Palmer.
Zach.
Ah, dang it.
TJ Hushmanzada.
That's right.
Let's go!
That's
With
it.
T. Higgins earlier? I was thinking
Dang.
TJ Hushmanzada. So when it was T. Higgins, I was like, oh, that's wrong. It's like,
That's
right.
tough. That's tough. Great battle, boys.
That was actually a
Great
really good game.
Freaking battle.
That was back and forth.
There's a lot of THs out there.
Imagine if I would have choked that when I decided to get one of the last
That would've
3.
been- Yeah, that was a great game, Chris. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait a couple weeks for your try next time, but
It's all right. I'll take losing at something
great game.
finally to you guys.
That's true. That was good. Final of 8-6, 14 items. It was fun.
So the main event of this weekend is Iowa State, but we're not going to talk about it that much because there's nothing we can really provide for it. We have no clue what's going to happen. I've been saying this all week. Anything can happen. Iowa can kill Iowa State. It can be a really close game and Iowa wins. It can be a really close game and Iowa State wins. And I think Iowa State, being at home, could jump on them and handle the game.
Quick.
So it could go any direction, and we're really excited. We're big Iowa fans, obviously. Grew up with a ton of Iowa State fans around us, so this is just great for the state of Iowa. College game day is coming. Top 10 matchup for the first time in Cyhawk history.
Yes. First ever, both teams have been ranked at the same time. First
Yeah,
ever
and
matchup.
they just so happened to play. First time they've both been ranked at all?
Like both of us been ranked. Yes, both
Really?
teams being ranked. Yes.
Okay, and it's probably, I don't know if I've seen it, but is it the first time we've ever been ranked in the top 10 same week? It's got to be close.
Oh, I'm
It's got to be
sure.
close. So, yeah, it's going to be a great game this weekend. Do we want to give predictions or no? Or just leave it out?
Nope, not doing it.
Okay.
Iowa wins, baby.
Iowa wins. I hope Iowa wins. That's what I'm going to say.
I obviously hope Iowa wins.
Going on to the next one.
But
what's up?
I will say, no matter who wins, as long as it's not like a 17-point to 3-touchdown game, it's not going to hurt the loser.
Yeah.
The winner, it'll help
whoever wins, it's going
quite
to
a bit.
They could
benefit
go up
a lot,
to like
Yeah. But if
or
you
6.
lose, you're not dropping much, if at all.
If it's a good game.
Yes.
Yeah. We kind of wanted to go through that quick because Matt and Chris got to get going here. Waldorf football is 2-0. They beat Briarcliff week 1 30-3. And then week 2, they beat St. Ambrose with a late touchdown in the fourth quarter. And my boy, McCoy Yakel, was Conference Player of the Week with 2 picks and a fumble recovery. Had the game-sealing pick at the end of the game. Now they're heading into a bye. They actually were going to work security for Iowa State. But after realizing that maybe is it worth it for the money that they were going to get paid, they're pulling out. So now some of the guys are just going to go down to the game just to be fans, which would be awesome for them, especially maybe some of these out-of-staters who haven't been able to experience an Iowa State game before. I think a bunch of guys are going down there, so that's cool for them. Next week, Waldorf has Valley City at Valley City. They're also receiving votes, so it should be a battle of 2 teams receiving votes unless they somehow both get into the rankings this week with Waldorf not playing. I don't know who Valley City plays. But it's going to be an awesome game at Valley City. I'm really excited for it. I'll be watching it on the computer. Yeah, go Waldorf. That's my little Waldorf spiel.
The woo.
On to the next, the Mills, Lake Mills. Cross country, I saw Justin Rigg finish top 10 at a meet. I don't know where. I want to say maybe Belmont. So congrats to him for the cross country team. Also shout out Cade, our cousin. He's a freshman. He's going to be a beast cross country runner. I'm just saying it right now. Football.
Now you have to be a beast country
Now
runner.
you have to.
Now that he
Cade,
said
the
it.
pressure's on you. You probably don't watch this, but Cade, the pressure's on you. I'm putting it on you. With Lake Mills football got their first win last week against Central Springs, 20-0, I think.
20-0.
Ton of TFLs, ton of sacks. Sounds like just a game that Lake Mills kind of dominated. I think it was rainy or wet. Really sloppy terms of environment game. Caden Obley had over 100 yards receiving, returning all-state receiver.
You want to hear a fun fact I heard the other day?
Okay.
Speaking of receiving, the JV played Belmont the other day. Derek Eastfold had
Yep.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, yep.
Is it 250 or 300 yards receiving or something?
Really? I didn't hear
Yeah.
the yards receiving. Yeah, I was talking to Jared about it.
Yeah,
So shout out Derek Eastfold.
absolutely.
Claims Derek Eastfold's going
the
to get some
JV
more touches
quarterback?
on varsity now.
We could.
JV quarterback might be Hayden Helgeson.
It is.
Hayden Helgeson, our boy from baseball.
That's my guy.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I love Hayden.
So volleyball, I believe they dropped out of the rankings. They lost 2
got
games to bigger schools.
Yep.
I don't think that's anything to worry
So
about.
the last podcast they just beat Garrigan. They're 7-2 right now. They played a tournament at Algona over the weekend.
with bigger teams.
Lost to Spirit Lake, beat Algona, beat Storm Lake, beat Esterville, and lost to Sioux Center.
And with volleyball, with how many matches these girls
and they just
are getting,
beat Eagle Grove last night.
With how many matches these girls are getting, like regular season matters, but the experience of playing a really good team matters way more. Like if you win or lose, like just getting that a ton of experience against a really good team, especially a team that you probably won't play in the playoffs, like a bigger school. I think that's invaluable. Is that the word?
Let's be honest. If they're a bigger school, they're probably not going to play them. They're not going to play them.
Yes.
So
you are
just
you are correct.
Just so you know, how Iowa
you
high
are
school
correct.
playoffs
You are
work.
correct. I mean, girls do have some weird rules with the 5A or 5 classes.
That still doesn't mean you play a different class.
Right, 1A versus 3A state championship.
You never know.
You never know. Hey, state could put you against it. What are you going to do?
this?
Say no?
What is
are you
this?
gonna do? Say no?
What is this? Norway baseball back in the day, playing the 4A schools.
4A schools. That wasn't in the playoffs, though. Learn how Iowa State playoffs work.
Well,
Anyways,
they don't work like that anymore.
shout out to Lake Mills volleyball. Obviously, they're going to take losses throughout the year. Even though they're a great program, they face a lot of big schools, a lot of good competition. It's just what happens in. Honestly, you get more out of probably those losses than you do out of just playing the conference game against Eagle Grove, where Eagle Grove is a struggling program. You get a lot more from those losses on those tournament days where it's a hectic day. You're playing 5 matches in a day.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work. Shout out to the volleyball team. They'll keep rolling. I believe Ellie Hanna got Prep Player of the Week from KOW. So shout out Ellie Hanna. So besides that, do we have anything else?
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
It'll be
That's
an
what we're going to leave it
awesome
on.
Weekend. It's going to be fun.
Go Hawks.
And Vikings.
Skull.
Skull.
And go Washington football team.
Should we end it with the skull clap?
No. We're not even at home. It's at the Bengals.
I don't care.
They're at the Bengals.
We're at home.
You can do it yourself.
Okay, guys, pretend you guys didn't hear that. We're just going to end it on that. All right. See you guys later. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, share, like the video down below if you're on YouTube. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. We appreciate you guys. Join our Patreon at the link below. Have a great weekend. Week 1 NFL.